Sometimes, itching in specific areas of the body can be more than just a minor annoyance. It can be a genuine signal that something is wrong with your health. Usually, we brush it off as a reaction to new cosmetics or dry air. But what if our body is actually trying to warn us about something before it's too late? In this video, I'll discuss 3 areas of the body where itching can indicate hidden issues with the liver, heart, or blood vessels. We often don't even think about it when we scratch ourselves, and we don't connect it to any health issues. However, our skin often sends warning signs long before other symptoms appear. Doctors also mention this. Many people seek help only when the itching becomes persistent or is a sign of a serious illness. Try to watch the video until the end. This information might be useful for you or your loved ones. Please let us know your age and the city you're from in the comments. We'd love to know who's watching us. We aim to create content that is genuinely useful and easy to understand for you. Itching isn't always just a result of tight clothing or an unsuitable detergent. This sensation is the result of a complex chain of reactions. Nerve endings and receptors in the skin respond when something irritates them, whether from the outside or within the body. At this moment, a signal reaches the brain, triggering the urge to scratch. However, itching is not always just a minor annoyance. Sometimes it can be a sign of serious health issues, such as problems with the liver, kidneys, or metabolism. If the liver is not functioning properly, substances that should be eliminated build up in the blood, leading to itching. A similar situation can occur with kidney diseases or when toxins accumulate in the body. In cases of metabolic disorders, such as diabetes, the skin becomes drier and more sensitive, leading to increased itching. As we age, our skin changes. It becomes thinner and more sensitive. For older adults, itching can escalate from a minor annoyance to a chronic issue. With age, skin becomes more vulnerable. It not only dries out, but may also cause discomfort, leading to sensations of burning or itching that persist even after using cream or soaking in an oatmeal bath. It's important to understand the difference between regular itching, which might occur after a hot day and quickly goes away after a shower, and itching that lingers for a long time or keeps coming back. If the itching becomes persistent, it's definitely something to pay attention to. I remember the story of a man named Don Rogelio, who was 79 years old. He suddenly started feeling an itch on the upper part of his back. At first I thought it was just my age or an uncomfortable wool sweater, but the itching persisted for weeks. Over time, a strange spot appeared on my back that just wouldn't heal. It turned out he had liver problems, and the first sign was actually skin issues. That's why it's important not to ignore persistent itching. This could be a signal from your body that something is wrong. It's important not to ignore such signals, as they may indicate serious health issues. Sometimes itching is the body's first warning sign that we should pay attention to in order to prevent complications. For instance, if your neck or upper back itches, we often attribute it to sweat or dandruff, but the underlying cause could be something entirely different. Itching can sometimes be linked to stress and constant tension in the neck and the shoulder muscles. When the muscles are tense, blood circulation is disrupted, which can lead to tingling or persistent itching. Poor blood flow is another possible reason. When blood circulation is poor, it can lead to minor inflammation or congestion, which may result in an itch. People who experience burning and itching sensations in the neck area often have unstable blood pressure or thyroid issues. For instance, Anna, 72 years old, once shared that she constantly felt a burning sensation at the base of her neck. At first, she thought it was just an allergy, but then she noticed that the itching gets worse when she's anxious or sits still for too long. After visiting the doctor, it was found that she had high blood pressure. Once the blood pressure was normalized, the itching significantly decreased. If you are experiencing similar sensations, the first thing to do is check your blood pressure. This can help rule out hypertension or other issues. It's quick and can provide a lot of insight. Another way to help yourself is to gently stretch or massage your neck and shoulders. Just a few minutes of simple exercises and muscle relaxation each day can often ease your discomfort. If the itching doesn't go away or gets worse, it's best not to delay seeing a doctor. Sometimes additional tests are needed to determine the cause, such as checking hormone levels or circulation. It's important to pay attention to itching in the legs, particularly in the calves and ankles. Sometimes the cause of this itching is not just uncomfortable clothing or heat. This is often related to venous issues. When blood circulation is poor, your legs can swell by the evening, feel heavy, and the skin may start to itch. This happens because waste products are not being eliminated properly and begin to accumulate in the skin, leading to inflammation and itching. Itching in the legs is not uncommon for people with diabetes. When blood sugar levels are high, circulation can be impaired, leading to dry and irritated skin. A similar situation occurs with certain kidney diseases. The body struggles to filter out toxins effectively, which can impact the skin, leading to itching or small rashes. This happened to Marcos, a 75-year-old man with diabetes. He didn't keep a close eye on his sugar intake, and as a result, he noticed spots on his ankles. Instead of disappearing, they only grew larger over time. At first, he thought it was just irritation from his shoes or a bug bite. But one day he noticed that one of the bumps had turned into an open sore that wouldn't heal. Then he realized that he had foolishly ignored the early signals from his body. Why does this happen in the first place? It's pretty straightforward. When circulation or metabolism is disrupted, waste starts to accumulate in the body, leading to skin inflammation. Itching is the body's way of signaling that something is wrong and needs attention. Usually, these things don't happen for no reason. What should you do if your legs are constantly itching? First, it's important to check if your circulation is in good shape. It's beneficial to keep your legs elevated for at least a few minutes each day, as this helps improve blood flow. If you've noticed any swelling or heaviness in your legs, it's a good idea to consult a doctor. Another important point is to try to walk a little every day if you can. Exercise helps blood circulate properly and prevents stagnation. If you have diabetes, it's crucial to monitor your blood sugar levels. Follow your doctor's recommendations and pay close attention to your diet. This will help prevent serious issues with your skin and nerves. Also, take note of any itching in your palms or soles of your feet. At first glance, this may seem strange, but in these areas, itching is often linked to liver diseases. When the liver struggles to perform its functions and fails to effectively cleanse the blood, certain substances build up in the body, depositing in the skin and causing discomfort. This kind of itch can be quite bothersome. Sometimes it feels like tingling or even burning. Typically, these symptoms worsen at night when the body is resting. making many processes more noticeable. Doña Teresa is 78 years old, and she recently noticed that her palms have been drying out significantly. At first, she thought it was just due to her age or the dry weather, but over time, the itching became more intense. One day, she scratched her arm so hard that she damaged the skin. After an examination, it was discovered that she had serious liver problems, advanced stage fatty liver disease. It turned out that the itching in my palms was the first alarming sign that my liver was not functioning properly. In addition to itching, signs of liver problems can include yellowing of the skin and eyes, as well as severe fatigue that doesn't go away even after resting. All these symptoms may develop gradually, but if you notice persistent itching in your palms or soles, especially along with yellowing of the skin, it's best not to delay a visit to the doctor. It's important to check the condition of the liver. A simple blood test is sufficient. If liver enzyme levels are elevated, it may indicate inflammation or damage. It's also important to reevaluate your diet and pay attention to your nutrition. Fatty, processed foods and alcohol are not good for the liver, so it's best to consume them as infrequently as possible. This helps reduce the strain on the organ. It's also important to drink enough water and stay active. Even regular walks can boost your metabolism. If liver issues are detected early, it's often possible to manage them with medication and dietary changes. Sometimes this can help slow down or even stop the damage. Don't ignore itching. It can be an early sign of liver problems. Many people tolerate this symptom for years, thinking it's just a part of aging, when in reality it could be a sign of serious illnesses that may not show any symptoms for a long time, but later become irreversible. Here's a real-life example. Pedro constantly felt a tingling sensation in his neck. He attributed it to stress or an uncomfortable pillow and ignored the symptom for almost a year. It was only when he collapsed on the street that he discovered he had hypertension and that he hadn't been properly treating it all this time. His arteries had been working overtime for years due to high blood pressure. The feeling of heaviness at the back of his head was the first warning sign, but he brushed it off. Maria, on the other hand, noticed that her calves were itching. Since she doesn't have diabetes, she thought that the reason for her dry skin was something else. She didn't even consider that her blood sugar might have spiked. When Maria finally went to the doctor, it turned out that she had serious vascular issues, and now any injury could take a long time to heal. If she had sought help earlier, all of this could have been avoided. A similar story happened with Ernesto. His palms were itching, but he attributed it to washing his hands too often. Over time, the discomfort intensified, and it turned out he had serious liver problems that were nearly irreversible. It became clear that he had been developing fatty liver disease for a long time, but it was noticed too late. Such cases remind us that sometimes seemingly harmless symptoms, like itching, can be the first sign of a serious illness. If we ignore minor ailments, they can lead to major problems. At first, the body gives subtle signals, and then it starts to cry out for help. To ensure that a common itch isn't just the tip of the iceberg, it's important to care for not only your skin, but also your overall health. This approach helps maintain not only your appearance, but also your overall well-being. Here's what you can do. Schedule regular medical checkups. Don't underestimate the benefits of a regular checkup. Even if you get tested once a year or every 6 months, it can help you catch changes in your sugar levels, cholesterol, or liver function early on, which can sometimes just show up as itching. Sometimes a doctor may recommend an abdominal ultrasound to check if everything is okay with your liver and kidneys. If you have hypertension or diabetes, it's important to see your doctor regularly. It's essential to pay attention to your skincare. Over time, your skin becomes more sensitive, so it's important to keep it in good condition. Use moisturizing creams that are suitable for your skin type, preferably without strong fragrances. When washing, choose gentle products without harsh ingredients to avoid drying out your skin. After showering, gently pat your skin dry with a towel instead of rubbing it. If your skin is very itchy, you can try to relieve the irritation with cold compresses or specialized creams. It's best to check with your doctor or pharmacist in advance to see what would be suitable for you. Nutrition also impacts your skin and organ function. Try to eat more vegetables, fruits, and fiber-rich foods. It's best to limit fatty, fried, and heavily processed foods. Don't forget about water. Staying hydrated is great for your skin. A sedentary lifestyle negatively impacts health. Even a simple walk of 20 to 30 minutes a day can improve circulation, help maintain normal blood pressure and weight, thereby reducing the risk of issues that can lead to chronic itching. Sunlight is essential for the body to produce vitamin D, which is important for strong bones and overall well-being. However, spending too much time in the sun or doing so without protection can damage the skin. It's better to take a walk in the morning or evening when the sun isn't as intense. Wear light clothing, headwear, and make sure to use sunscreen if you plan to be outside for a long time. Get used to taking care of yourself gradually. For instance, it's important to get enough sleep and remember to take breaks. This will help prevent unpleasant reactions from your body, such as itching and other symptoms. A good night's sleep is essential for a healthy metabolism and cell regeneration. Taking care of your skin is an important aspect of caring for your entire body. If you regularly undergo health checkups, strive to eat well, drink enough water, stay active, and maintain good skin hygiene, you are already doing a lot to prevent various illnesses that can sometimes start with something as simple as an itch. Most importantly, take care of your health. If you notice that the itching doesn't go away or gets worse, make sure to see a doctor. Itching isn't always harmless. Sometimes it's the body's way of signaling that it needs help. If you pay attention to these signals in time, you can avoid serious problems. Being attentive to yourself doesn't mean living in constant worry. It simply means noticing even small changes and not ignoring them. Don't expect it to go away on its own. If the itch persists and usual remedies aren't working, it's worth paying attention to. Sometimes consulting a doctor can help ease your worries, especially if you need to start treatment sooner. You know your body better than anyone else and can notice even the slightest changes. When your skin reacts unusually, or if you have a feeling that something isn't right, this knowledge is the best prevention. Have you ever experienced something similar? If the itch has been persistent for a long time, please share that in the comments. Share your story. Your experience might help others pay attention to their health. It would be great if you could share where you're from and how old you are, so we can get to know each other better. Thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. I really appreciate your attention and time, and I hope this information helps you take better care of yourself. If you think this video could be helpful to someone else, please feel free to share it. Sometimes, even a seemingly minor symptom like itching can be an important signal. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I'd love to have you join our community. There's a lot of valuable information here about how to take care of yourself at any age. And remember, taking care of yourself means valuing your life. Take care of your skin, and it will definitely respond in kind. Listen to your body and pay attention to its signals. If you notice them in time, you can stay healthy for a long time and feel better. See you in the next video.